Looking up at her, Olivia's eyes are wide open as she stares at me in terror. "I don't know what that was, Olivia!" I cry, looking at her with honesty. "I just felt so scared when they cornered me, and so angry when they hurt you. It just boiled up inside me." Glaring at me without blinking, Olivia looks me up and down. "Come on, Simon," Olivia complains, shaking her head. "You're telling me you didn't know your soul has that ability? You must think I'm stupid or something." Getting to her feet, Olivia gently touches her sore face. Moving over to the side of the alleyway, she leans up against it. Feeling so confused, I rub my face and feel the static energy surrounding me. "Look what your power has done to my hair!" Olivia groans, pointing at me. "You've had my body for 1 day, and you're already ruining it!" Bringing my hands to my head, I could feel strands of hair sticking to me. It was like my fingers were made of statically charged balloons. "Sorry," I mutter, trying to pat my hair down. "You look like you've stuck your fingers in a plug socket," Olivia comments, almost cracking a smile. Not a particularly good look for my body. Slowly getting to my feet, I brush my skirt down and look at the damage done to my clothing. Although they are currently mine, Olivia's chest and bra are out for the world to see. "Sorry about your clothes, too," I say, showing her my exposed chest and ripped skirt. Touching her face once more, Olivia gives me a wry smile. "I'm sorry too," she says, wiping away some dry blood from her nose. Feeling like I could stick to walls thanks to being so static, I wobble over to Olivia and stand next to her. Leaning against the wall next to her, I could feel the static wanting to pull us together. "That was insane just now!" I exclaim, holding my dainty feminine hands up to my face. "That's never happened to me before. I didn't even know people could do such things." "You really didn't know about that power?" Olivia huffs and shakes her head. "I really do find that hard to believe." "Serious!" I yell back, throwing my arms to my sides in frustration. "I don't know if it's something to do with being in your body or what. I've never had bloody lightning shoot out of my hands before." Stepping forward, Olivia turns to face me. Rubbing her chin, she looks at my chest. "We need to get you a change of clothes," she comments. "When you're in my body, I don't want you parading it around like you are." Glancing down at my chest, I had to agree. As much as I'd got used to having them from the other times we've body swapped, I still didn't like having them out. Agreeing to head back to Olivia's flat, we both decide it might be a good idea to skip work. We both call our bosses and call in sick. It did seem like the best idea. I mean, if I get angry again, was I going to explode again? Like an indoor lightning storm? Entering Olivia's apartment, she turns to me in the hallway as I shut the door behind me. "Sorry," she mutters, looking down at the floor. "I know you were supposed to meet up Rachel today. Well, I guess it was me who was meant to meet her, but you get what I mean." Lowering my head and looking at my feet, I playfully whimper. "I know," I whine. "I'm never going to get a girlfriend at this rate." Touching my chin, Olivia lifts my head, so our eyes meet. Giving me a silly grin, she giggles. "Just touch my body later," she laughs. "Then, pretend it's her you're touching. Problem solved." Looking at her with a stunned, wide-eyed expression, a nervous lump forms in my throat. "Olivia!" I whine, so surprised by her. "I'd never do that." Shrugging her shoulders, Olivia throws me a smug expression. "Too bad," she chuckles. "I've been enjoying your body. Sorry, not sorry." Rubbing the back of my head, I'm really unsure what to say in reply. I just grit my teeth and hope to God she doesn't tell me anything else she's been doing while in custody of my body. Don't look so surprised, Olivia gripes, giving me a sour expression. I'm in a male's body. You guys are super randy all the time. I'm only doing what's natural. Shaking my head, I mouth for her to stop talking. Getting the point, she sarcastically gives me a smile and a thumbs up. Moving into the living room, Olivia makes herself comfortable on the sofa. I remain standing as I rub my arm nervously. So, should we talk about what just happened to me? I ask, feeling rather uncomfortable. Olivia looks up at me and nods her head. My grandma has told me stories in the past, Olivia states, scratching her chin, about individual souls that have immense powers. Yeah? I reply, giving her my full attention. Yeah. So, you know how there are people like me? She continues. People like me who can manipulate souls. You know, like how I swap our bodies. It's something I'm aware of, I sarcastically reply, presenting my current female form. So, that's not the only ability known to the general public, right? Olivia says, looking at me and smiling. Like that guy who attacked you. He was a soul reader. Right, I reply. They said something about my soul being worth money. That's right, Olivia replies, nodding. He must have seen that awesome power hidden inside of you. Scratching my head, my hair is still standing up on end. So, I say, a little confused. How would my soul be worth money? Olivia closes her eyes and sighs. She leans forward and puts her head into her hands. I don't know, she comments, clearly worried. It's okay, I reply, moving to stand directly in front of her. I will just have to be really careful. Lifting her head from her hands, Olivia looks at me with real concern in her eyes. I'm worried about us, she says, with tears behind her eyes. I've been trying to enact a soul transfer since those guys ran off. For some reason, I'm unable to do it like normal. Scrunching my face up, I look at her confused. What are you saying? I ask impatiently. Looking me straight in the eye, her focus is arrow sharp, and she doesn't blink. Right now, she says slowly, we are stuck in each other's bodies. Stunned, my eyes grow wide once more. I look down at my exposed chest, and a little bit of panic grows inside me. Stuck? I reply, feeling my mouth go completely dry. Why? And how? Turning her face away from me, Olivia huffs in frustration. I don't know, Simon, she gripes. Your soul is somehow different. For some reason, I'm unable to manipulate like before. It's almost like you've been hiding your true soul from me somehow. Slumping with the bad news, I let out a long sigh. Honestly, I whine. I don't know what's happened to me. I'm learning about this like you are. How on earth can I hide my soul from you? Still looking away, Olivia holds out her hands and studies them. Have you heard about the rumors about the ancients? She asks calmly. No? I reply, wondering what she's getting at. Should I have? Turning to look at me, she gives me a sour look. It's said that certain souls have been around since the beginning of time. Olivia continues to lecture. Being incomprehensibly old, these souls have lived countless lives and had countless abilities. Okay, I mumble. I've only read about it in my grandma's books, she continues, picking her fingernails. It's said that over the huge periods, some ancients condensed their abilities into something more physical and destructive. You think I'm one of them? I blurt out, putting two and two together. Throwing her arms down, Olivia gets to her feet and stands directly in front of me. She stares me down and grits her teeth. Are you? She questions, commanding an answer. Stepping back from her, she was almost intimidating me. In my body, she stood that little bit taller. I don't know, I whine, gently pushing her away. Olivia allows me to move back. Her expression softens, and she gives me a smile. I mean, she grins. If you are, that's so incredible! Letting out a sigh of relief, I give her a smile back. Not only am I stuck in a girl's body, but you're also telling me I might be some all-powerful ancient? I know! She replies with excitement, sitting back down on the sofa and crossing her legs. I mean, I continue, shaking my head gently, kinda puts my troubles in perspective. Yeah, Olivia laughs. Your girl trouble? What? I whine in reply. You have troubles, she says with a grin. And you are a girl. Oh, funny, I whine. Maybe we should talk about how to fix this little situation you've got us in? Yeah, Olivia replies, dropping her grin for a more serious expression. We should go and see my grandma.